Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
You're listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not. Get into the loop with us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we're your radio gateway to what's trending with beauty, fashion, health, wellness, and sex.
Mostly sex.
Always sex.
Listen to us anytime, any place.
Download the TuneIn app to your smartphone or tablet and make 920 The Voice your favorite.
You'll be glad you did.
Of course you will be.
We've got a great show for you today. We have dating tips on 15 ways to impress women.
Oh, I'm sure that they would also work to impress men too.
Of course they could. And should you buy a smart toilet?
I don't know. Should you?
You got a smartphone, and now there's a smart toilet.
I think you need a smart toilet.
And women who have 14 inches to work with.
Oh. I
All
would like
that
to hear
and
about
more
that.
right after a word from our sponsor. This portion of our show is sponsored by Susan Eckley Ruck of ID Life. Not a one-size-fits-all nutritional program.
ID Life stands for Individually Designed Life, where nutrition is personal, formulated just for you and your needs.
Get started today. Take the free HIPAA-compliant health assessment.
healthforlife.idlife.com.
That's the number 4.
Or give Susan a call, 609-712-1351.
Follow her on Facebook.
You'll be glad you did.
Scammers have switched back to phone calls to target their victims.
Oh, I know. My father actually got a crazy phone call saying that somebody was calling him, saying that it was my son, actually, and asking him for money. Saying, Grandpa, I need money. I'm in Las Vegas. And the first thing my father did was he called me. He's like, Elise, he goes, where's Zachary? I said, he's working. And he said, is he in Las Vegas? I said, not the last time I checked. I saw him this morning and he was going to Quaker Bridge Mall, So, yeah, crazy stuff. And that's kind of scary.
How funny is that? These scammers are really good at using emails, text messages, and now back to the telephone to target their victims. And in fact, once again, their favorite way to reach you is the telephone.
That's interesting and crazy.
Mm-hmm. This is just released report from fraud.org. That's the National Consumer League. Shows that the complaints filed in 2013 were for scams that targeted with a phone call. And that's up about 25%. This is the first time in years that the phone was back to the number one method of contact.
It's just so crazy to me, though, that they have to scam, that people have to do it. It's so crazy to me.
It is. It's a way of life for them. It's a job.
Yeah, I guess, but it kind of just freaks me out a little bit that these people think that it's okay to scare people and into giving them money. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me.
Well, with internet calling technology, it really makes it really easy and very cost effective for the bad guys to dial your number and get the personal information.
Except for when they get caught. When they get caught, it's quite an issue. If
they do get caught. See, with the internet, and it's probably maybe worth it. Now, of course, I don't know what the penalties are.
Oh, they get jail time.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Good, and they should.
Of course. Well, they're extorting money, typically from the elderly. Mm-hmm. That's who they're targeting because, when you have somebody calling and saying that your grandchild's in jail or your grandchild's, far away and they need help, they wire the money. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because they're frightened and they can't get in touch with anybody else. And
with that internet, it's a lot cheaper to make thousands and thousands of calls and make them from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, pennies on the dollar. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this scamming is going back to the to phone.
And it's amazing. Also peoplefinder.com and all kinds of things like that. You can find out anything you want about any individual for minuscule amounts of money.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and these scammers are pros at targeting people and giving them a pitch for bogus goods and services.
For bogus stuff.
Yeah.
No bogus stuff for us.
Is that a word I would use? Bogus?
You know what? You used it, so I had to just elaborate.
Well, these con artists will literally spend hours on the phone with potential victims, and they'll say or do anything to get what they want.
Well, like you said, it's their job. And if you think about it, it's a form of telephone sales. And growing up, that was my job. I worked for McGraw-Hill and I spent hours on the phone doing telephone sales and telephone marketing. So that's basically what this is.
Did you ever scam anybody?
Never. No. I mean, I had my share of prank phone calls when I was little. And I will admit, I did get this one guy to meet us, and in the middle of a snowstorm, actually. We were very young, and a group of us got together, and we pranked this poor guy, Jerry. And he turned out to be quite a nice guy, but he just wanted to meet me. He loved my voice. And, I was only, a teenager at the time, but he came out in this storm to meet us because of me and what I said to him, which I will not repeat. But that is, I guess, a form of scamming.
What did you say to him?
I'm not going to tell you.
I want to know.
I'm sure you do.
Was it juicy?
It was.
It's amazing. When in my 20s, I met a telephone caller.
You did. Maybe that was you.
No, it wasn't me. And I also liked her voice also. And we wound up going out. I think we went to a basketball game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she wasn't that good looking though. She sounded much better than she looked. So anyway,
but you went anyway.
I did go anyway. Then because it's not.
Well, you know what?
The looks can be changed. That's not a problem.
Oh no,
always a better.
There are some looks that just can't be changed.
Like the looks on your face when I surprise you with some of the stuff we talk on the show here.
But my face wasn't ugly.
Never. And I didn't say this gal was ugly. She
sounded better than she looked. She
sounded better than she looked. But anyway. The internet makes it easy for these fraudsters to disguise their caller ID. Fraudsters, yes.
I love the word.
I like that, yeah.
Fraudsters.
You are just coming up with a heck of a vocabulary
What's a
today.
better word for radio? Fraudster or bogus, Stephen?
I think they're both pretty good.
They're both
I've never
great.
heard of fraudster before.
Yeah, I think Anthony made that up.
Copyright.
All right, we'll do that. Hey, Mike, the Situation. Copyrighted everything.
That's right.
And he's a millionaire today.
Yeah, buddy.
Fraudster.
Anyway, these fraudsters are very, very good at disguising their caller IDs and to make their pitch really appear to be legitimate.
Well, what they actually do, there's an actual app for this now that you can actually call somebody and make it from a number that they know.
Yes.
And so they'll answer, people will answer the phone thinking it's, their friend, their buddy, their girlfriend, their sister, whatever. And they actually answer the phone and then they're hit with this. And then they get frightened because it's not the person they're expecting. And then they hear this horrible thing and they're nervous.
Yes. It can also be the bank, the local bank, or the local police.
Yeah, they can make it from anybody.
Yeah. And what this app does is it hides their true identity, and it also keeps you from calling them back.
It's amazing. If you want to do something, there's an app for that. Amazing.
Now, if you really want to do business with an entity that you know and trust, you have to call them. If they call you, you don't always necessarily.
Well, you can actually say to them, you know what? I like what you're saying. Please give me your name, contact information, the number I can reach you at, and I'll call you back.
Well,
and
you don't want the number you can reach them. You just want to know the company.
Right.
Call the company.
But yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of what I meant, though. And then this way you can find out if they're actually there.
Well, this fraud.org analyzed all the complaints that it received last year and found that those involving a prize or a sweepstakes topped the list.
Yeah, the free cruise or the free iPad.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're easy to spot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the pitch is really, really hard to resist. The call.
Oh, I don't think it's so hard to resist. If somebody calls me and says, you've just won a cruise or you've just won an iPad, I'm not talking to them.
I think you would.
I know that I wouldn't because I've gotten those calls.
Okay. So
and those emails too.
You got the call that says you've just won a car, a tropical vacation, $1 million.
I actually have gotten a couple of these things, and I've also gotten emails like that too. I delete them.
And they told you all you need to do to claim your prize is to pay a fee?
Yeah, you have to pay
You got to pay the fee.
yeah, you have to pay money.
Yeah, it could be anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple of thousand.
It can be $50. You know, $50 for depending on the level of entry that you'd like.
Right. What did they tell you? That they needed this money to cover the shipping and the handling or pay the taxes?
Well, there's shipping and handling charges. There's employee fees. You know, there's so many people making these phone calls and so many people working that's part of their fee.
Well,
all kinds of things.
Well, whatever the reason, it's bogus. If you really did win a prize,
bogus.
it's free.
Wait, it's bogus. And don't deal with a fraudster.
There is no payment required, and you don't have to verify who you are by giving them your credit card number or social security number or your address or anything.
Never give any information. Absolutely not.
Any information that you need, you can get right here on Trend Radio.
Absolutely. Just email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. We'll give you anything you need.
You'll be glad you did.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got static? Does your hair fly away? Prioritize and winterize. Spritz your hairbrush, comb through, and now you're ionized. Say hello to beautiful.
Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
You know, that was really interesting and very informative, but, our show really leads us into a discussion about orgasms.
Oh, that's what the fraudsters and the bogus guys brought on for you?
No,
orgasms?
that was, that was a little on the later side.
He just really enjoys a good scam.
That excited him. That was the foreplay.
And now
it's the mind-blowing orgasm.
Mm-hmm. Can you say mind-blowing on the show?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I think I can say mind-blowing.
We just did, so
I think
there's
I'm okay.
no going back now.
Wait, I think I'm okay today. Yeah, I'm just not allowed to say other words and other things.
Well, what I want you guys to know is that by delaying her orgasm, it may ultimately boost her pleasure.
Oh, you think?
Well, a new study in the Journal of Sex Research suggests that women who let their desire build before climaxing reported orgasms that were more pleasurable than in those women who rushed to the finish line.
So here's how that works. With a build like that, what it creates is, of course, more pleasure, more sensual pleasure, because everything becomes more intense. And then the orgasm is actually longer and more explosive.
Were you a part of this study?
I was not, but I just know this. I'm just going to say one more thing.
I'm speechless again.
I like the more explosive part. Really paints a picture.
I'm a woman, so I know this.
Okay, guys. So
now we
just
know.
saying, I know this.
All right, Stephen.
I'm looking at you. You're looking
I'm
at me. We're
thinking
both
that the two
speechless
of
here.
you really need to take my word on this.
We do.
Okay, then.
So then, what you're saying is to tease her a little bit, stimulate her a little bit, and then go back off, kiss a little bit, and then maybe ease into pleasuring her again?
What I'm saying is exactly what I said before. You can just do whatever it is that you're doing and keep it going and keep it up. And when the levels get high, bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. Slowly, slowly. It's not a race here. And then go again.
You're right.
And
it's a
the
marathon,
end
not a sprint.
the end result,
pace yourself.
Exactly. Pace yourself. I think in a previous show, we were talking about Dracula. Okay. And what is it? Never a quickie, always a longie.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So in other words,
if you have no time and you need a quickie is always fun. A quickie is always fun and the excitement level is very high. But to extend an orgasm for a lady, is you can stop it. It's like stopping midstream. You know how to do that.
You're paying attention, guys. So in other words, the relief from the mild frustration may be what intensifies the sensation in the orgasm in the end.
You can start and stop, and then explode. Okay, then.
Okay. So the more awesome the O, the more likely
she's going to want to do it again.
And that's always a good thing.
Yep.
And then I'm pretty sure she's going to want to leave her panties in your place.
And then do you wash them before you return them?
Oh,
Or at
no.
least-
We already talked about that.
Or at least in your car. I know a girl who did that once. She left a pair of panties in the car.
On purpose? Or by accident?
Oh, no, she did this on purpose. Yeah, she left the panties in the car.
Now,
and
were they a couple or were they
they were
not a couple?
sort of like a couple.
I'm assuming this isn't her car, right?
No, she didn't leave them in her car. She left them in his car where he could find them. Very interesting.
All right.
And they were the black lacy type.
If he didn't get that memo, he might be, I don't know.
Dead.
Yeah. Brain dead.
There's this silly show on TV we've talked about on. It's called Cheaters. And
Yeah,
and it was-
I don't like that show.
They
Yeah.
catch him in the act.
Yeah, they always do.
Always.
And
Well, that's the show.
this one guy, the wife caught him. He's with this gal, and she's tearing apart his car, and she's pulling out condoms and panties and bras and granny panties and dresses. None of them are hers.
Oh my, dresses?
Yeah, and he says, "Yeah, baby, I bought those for you."
You bought these used panties for me?
Yeah, I bought them from other girls.
I bought these used panties for you, honey.
I just am amazed. When I watch the
Do
show.
you think that show is real?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
What a sad thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It really is.
I don't watch that. I just can't be bothered with that. That would freak me. Ew.
Yeah, it just cracks me up.
It's awful.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about getting a gorgeous girl.
I don't want a
got
gorgeous
you got a
girl.
multi-orgasmic one. Now if she's gorgeous and multi-orgasmic, can you put that in a profile on these online dating?
Oh, absolutely. When you put it there, what you're looking for, I'm looking for someone gorgeous and multi-orgasmic. Absolutely.
That'll work out.
But gorgeous depends on what you see. So gorgeous
That's right. That's in the eye of the beholder.
is, yes, pretty is always in the eye of the beholder. And it's really more about the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-orgasmic, that's a whole nother ballgame. Oh, literally.
Okay. So then, from another study that I've read.
You read a lot of studies.
I read a lot of
gotta
studies.
Give it to you for
Well-read
that.
man.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
the
I'm
study
very well
king.
read, especially after
Oh, I
a
read him well.
day out in the sun.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's turning you red. But
Turn to a lobster.
it's important to be able to read, your friends, your partners, your co-hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel my co-host. I feel her elbow in my side. I feel daggers shooting out of her eyes.
I do not have daggers coming out of my eyes.
Oh, that's right. They're ray beams.
That was actually mean.
Well, a study shows that you should make the first move and don't be shy online. Your chances of landing a gorgeous woman on a dating site increases if you initiate contact instead of waiting to be chosen.
Oh, well, that goes with anything.
Yeah, and if you're a guy, you'd be hanging out a long time before you wait to be chosen. You'll be waiting a long
Well,
time.
because most people, especially online, are very uninhibited.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to go for it. I mean, there's nothing to lose. So what? Somebody doesn't respond?
Well, you can be
online?
uninhibited because nobody really knows who you are.
Exactly.
You could
So
have a
you
different
can
personality
just
online.
say whatever, or you can just have your personality that you're not afraid to use,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not ashamed of, and just go for it. Absolutely. Especially if you're online.
Mm-hmm.
It's when people are in, face to face that they have their issues.
Yeah. Well, this study from the Journal of Marriage and Family reports that everybody takes a shot, at somebody hotter, or you should take a shot at somebody hotter than you are, so that if she reaches out to you, you're likely to be the more attractive of the partners, and vice versa.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So the girls that initiate contact with the guys won't be as good looking as the guys, and the guys that initiate contact with the girls won't be as attractive.
That's
Which I find interesting, yeah.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. And about 80% of the of men's messages do go unanswered. 80%. So that means if you are, emailing or whatever it is that do that online thing, I don't know much about it, but so every 10 you might get a response of 2.
Oh, I guess it depends on who you are.
Steve, I think we should try this.
I mean, that number sounds right. I mean, I hate to admit it, but
really?
it sounds right. From a lot of the friends that I have that are girls, they'll do that. Guys will send them messages and they'll just be like, I'm not going to reply.
Yeah, I actually know a few girls also that get a lot of messages and they just don't reply. And I always say, you know what? I think it's very nice, that they're saying something to you. They're contacting you. Why don't you just tell them that you're not interested? This way they don't have to just feel so badly.
And then the best thing of all is you get closure. You don't have to worry, I wonder if she got it. I wonder if she's still interested. If she straight up says no thanks.
Yeah, no thank you.
Then you can move on.
Exactly. I'm not interested. Anything. It doesn't even matter if it's hurtful. Just say something so that the person doesn't have to just be hanging there.
You know what might be interesting is just to say, no, thank you. I thought about it. If they don't answer, you're not my type anyway. And I wonder if that would create an interest for them to get back to you and say, well, why not?
Actually, they wouldn't get back and say why not. They'd be thinking about it, though, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure that if a guy reached out to a girl and said, whatever, I'm interested in you, however, whatever, and the girl didn't get back to him, and then a couple of days go by and the guy said, you know what, I thought about it. I'm not interested in you anyway. You're not my type. The girl would actually probably not respond, or she might say something rude because her ego was damaged, but she'll definitely think something like, who does he think he is, kind of thing. And that's a reflection on her, because all she had to do was say in the first place, hey, no thanks. And it would have been fine.
I like that. That's a good point.
Yes,
and then honestly, even if she got back to the guy, if it was me, if she got back to me 3 or 4 days later, I'd say, nah, no thanks. I changed my mind. Because who wants to be in a relationship where you're constantly chasing the girl or the guy for that matter?
But that's not really the relationship. That is, and sometimes a little chase is good.
Yeah, that's
a little chase is nice, but
a little chase is good.
Right off the bat, that sends a bad message.
Maybe not. I understand what you're saying, but I think that there's a window. There should be a window, a 2-day thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely a 2-day thing. Because they don't know you. They don't know you, and they have to think about it. I mean, online dating can be a little dangerous, too. You have to really do some research, and you have to know where you are, where you're going, that kind of thing. And you have to read up about the person. You do. I mean, I would think. But...
So you mean you would Google them? Make sure there's no...
do some background checks?
Yeah.
If I was interested in somebody and I was online dating and doing that, I would absolutely get as much information as I possibly could.
Yeah, you want to know what you're getting yourself into.
This is what I tell. I have a few friends that do a lot of online dating, and I tell them, we have to know this, and this. I've even accompanied her on a few different of her dates.
Oh, brother.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
It's not too uncommon nowadays.
Groups of us would go one. I mean, I haven't actually.
Or like double dates.
Yeah, they're called packs.
I've done that, but
Women
groups
travel
of
in
us
packs.
have actually
usually.
gone. Excuse me, gentlemen. Groups of us have actually gone while she's had a date, and we've watched from different areas because of fear, because of different things. Things aren't the way it was when you were dating, Anthony. It's very different. There's a whole new world out there, baby.
Wow.
It's true.
They're internet world now.
Yeah.
It's very different. And you know what? We were just speaking about scammers and bogus people and fraudsters, and there are a lot of them online too.
That's true.
I mean,
yes.
they're just looking to either hurt somebody or have sex with somebody, and
they have specific websites just for that.
And you know what else? They could also be looking to get money. You don't know what these people are capable of, what they say.
That's true.
You're not on those dating sites, so you don't know what these women are doing or men are doing.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not on these dating sites.
Me too. I don't want to be on anything like that.
If you're joining us just now, we are Trend Radio. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we got all the information you need.
We got juicy stuff.
So when people are together for a long time, they create a bond that you might think is ironclad. Well, maybe not. The better your relationship, the more likely you are to get dumped if you cheat.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, you'd think that, you guys are, you're together, you got a really good, strong bond. But betrayals run deeper for those who are satisfied in their relationships because it's so very, very unexpected.
You know, that makes sense to me, honestly, because the better you know someone, the more it hurts. Because you trust them.
I have to tell you, that makes a lot of sense to me too. Yeah. You know, it's interesting though. If I were ever in a relationship I'm in a very long-term marriage, as you all know, but if I was ever in a relationship for a very long time and it was an unexpected betrayal, I would probably be devastated. Or if, in
new relationships and stuff like that, and especially with younger people.
Well, there's really no expectation.
Yeah.
And the newer relationships, the way they think a lot of the time, these younger people like Steven, I'm not saying it like you, but just in general, I've heard, especially like some of my younger clientele, they tell me, oh yeah, I'm dating this guy, and they're with him, 5 months, and then they're dating somebody else too. And so is their other guy. And they're used to these kinds of like...
They're not dating then. There's no way you can be dating multiple people. This is what they say, yeah. Maybe you're hooking up with multiple people. That's different.
No, they're actually having different relationships.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah.
And when you're in...
That is the worst.
Like, do they know about the other relationships? That's my question.
Some do, some don't.
No, that is the worst form to me of betrayal, is being in a relationship with somebody and then being in a relationship with somebody else and having, a couple of different like dual relationships going on. And I find that to be the worst form of betrayal.
I don't know how they handle it. I have trouble handling one relationship.
Yeah.
You got a point there. But you're right. In these long-term relationships, when something goes awry like that, everything they thought they knew about the relationship is all suddenly in question.
Well, they don't know anything at this point, because how could they trust them?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you do mess up, it could be months or years.
Or never.
Or never.
Or never.
Yeah, to earn that forgiveness.
Once trust is broken, trust is the greatest thing, because it's absolutely free. And once it's broken, it's very, very, very hard to get back. When somebody breaks my trust, I will always forgive somebody, but I will never forget that.
And that's good too, because if you forget, then you're an idiot if it happens again. Fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a rough one. You seem very quiet, Mr. Vincent.
I'm very solemn. I shouldn't have brought up this subject.
Why?
I've made everybody quiet.
Yeah, this is
usually we're loud and obnoxious.
This is a very, very serious thing.
Yes, it is.
It is very serious.
So trust me, people. It's not worth it. If you're in a good relationship, stay in it.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
And now our very own gatekeeper of matrimonial law, Roseanne de Torres.
Check out De Torres and DeGeorge, certified matrimonial law attorneys, at dndfamilylaw.com.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Roseanne. Great to see you.
Good morning, Roseanne.
Great to be here. Good morning.
We're so happy to see you.
Likewise.
So I have a very interesting question. I have a friend who wants to know if her husband, who she would like to divorce, is entitled to the business that she had before they were married.
Generally, you start off with the notion that if you own something before you marry, it's still yours after you divorce. But of course, and this is why we went to law school, there's always an exception to the rule.
Wow.
So What you have to know a little bit more about is, did the husband contribute in any way to the improvement of the value of the business during the marriage? So let's say she started a business before marriage, but during the marriage, he worked in the business with her, but he never gained an ownership interest in the business. Then he's going to have what we would call an equitable claim to some value of the business in the divorce.
What if he received a paycheck for the time that he worked in the business?
Then it's more clear cut, and that's a very good point and a good question. If he's getting a paycheck, then that's presumptively the remuneration. That's what he got for working. But let's say it was a deli or a restaurant, and he came and he was the cook, the chef, and he never pulled a salary on the books. But the money came from the restaurant and went into the marital accounts, and they lived off those resources. Then she's going to be hard pressed to say, well, that restaurant is mine now because I want to divorce you, right?
I have to
unless
say one thing.
unless it doesn't have any value, then who cares?
What if it was like, let's just say, a little mini florist? Okay, speaking hypothetically, a little mini
Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically. And he actually took, hypothetically, classes to, learn how to do flower arrangements and did all kinds of lovely, lovely things in this business, just very hypothetically. And, contributed that way. And, they booked, because those arrangements were so beautiful, they booked a lot more weddings and a lot more special occasions and proms and whatnot. What if that happened?
Yeah, so that's kind of the same thing. He worked in the business,
but he didn't take a paycheck, let's just say.
Yeah, so that means that, what the question is, what's the value of what he did? Did his effort improve the value of the business? So businesses are assets, and they can be valued. And there are experts, we call them forensic accountants, that look at the cash flow of the business, the assets, the inventory, the fixtures, the equipment, the contracts that they have, and they can assign a value to that business. You can actually go back in time and assign a value as of the date of the marriage. So that would be the value that the wife brought into the marriage. And then if that value has improved by the time of the divorce, you could make an assumption that the husband contributed to that improvement of value. And then the question is, does he get a percentage of that? The answer would probably be yes. Under your facts.
I would probably agree with you also.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then the same would go if,
and vice versa.
She would be entitled. Yeah, I see. Okay. So I have another one. This is a good one. Somebody asked if they could buy another house before the divorce is final, and if before the divorce is final, if so, is he entitled to any part of that house? So
I hate to answer a question with a question, but what I would need to know to answer that question is, where did they get the money to buy the house? Is it marital money? So
actually, I know where this came from. Somebody left them. An aunt died and left them the money.
That's an easy answer. So inherited money is exempt from equitable distribution. So if they used inherited money, then they can absolutely do that without any repercussion, and the other spouse would have no interest in the property.
Oh my gosh, she's going to buy a beach house and we can go.
Well, wait a minute. Elise said left them. Now, is it?
It was left. No. The money was actually left to her.
To her.
To her and her children. To her and her children.
Not to them.
Not to her and her husband. It was left to her and her children.
She should be good.
Oh, awesome. Give your phone number, lady, because she's going to call you.
908-284-6005.
Call Roseanne today.
You'll be glad you did.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lips? Want that perfect pout? Find the hue that's right for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Shape, stain, and shimmer. Same shade. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. If you're joining us just now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
We make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Tune in to us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise. We are Trend Radio.
Boy, was that a serious subject.
That was very serious.
Yes, it was. We got to change that.
Yeah, I don't want to be all
So,
bent
our-
out of shape.
our next segment, farts.
Ew, really?
Farts are still funny.
I don't find them funny.
Farts are funny.
Steven, do you think farts are funny?
Yeah, farts are funny.
Yeah, thank you.
No
It's
matter
your-
how old you get, farts are funny.
Okay, here's why. Here's
Is
why.
it because I'm a guy?
It's your guys. Boys think dirty, awful things like that are funny. I don't.
Farts and burps and spitting and
Yeah, that's hysterical.
I don't think. I think spitting is a crime, depending on what you're spitting.
I was babysitting 3 kids. Believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
I was babysitting 3 kids.
When?
Oh, maybe a year or so ago.
Were
I was
you really?
Yes, I actually
You
was.
don't even like it. Well, you like kids. They taste like chicken.
They taste like chicken if you fry them up just right. But anyway. So I thought I'd read these kids a story. Now, I didn't read no dying story. So I got a magazine. I may have told this story before.
I don't
got a
remember this
magazine,
story.
and it was some kind of fashion magazine. And as I was flipping the pages, I made the story up as I was going. Whether it was a girl with a dog, and the next page it was a kitchen. And what I did, every page I flipped, and I said the girl was walking her dog down the street, and they walked into the kitchen, and she farted.
Oh, and the kids laughed.
cracked up. So
How old were the kids?
Oh, they were 6, 9, and I think 11.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they were cracking up, and then I would, and they
Now, did you
walked
make
out
the
of the
fart
kitchen
sound,
and
too?
into the yard. No,
You
but
didn't
that-
make the fart sound?
No, that would have been really good if I did that.
Yeah.
The kids were cracking up so loud that I went.
They
through
wouldn't
the
have heard
whole,
your fart sound
And I
anyway.
went through the whole story at every page, and always flipped the page, and somebody farted. It would,
Okay.
I'm wondering, did Anthony fart while he was reading the story?
Probably.
No, we don't do that.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling.
But 13
But, no pun intended, but,
13 to 21. 13 to 21.
I'm listening. 13 to 21. You said that.
That's the number of flatulent episodes per day considered normal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about an age thing here. Like, age 13 to age 21. Find it the funniest, but.
Yeah, they're still funny. But no, that is the number of flatulent episodes per day that is considered normal.
I see.
And still stinky to anyone around.
Oh, like a skunk.
Like a skunk.
Silent but
Yes.
deadly.
Yeah.
Now, $40.
$40.
Yes, that's the cost of one pair of shreddies.
Shreddies?
Shreddies.
What are shreddies?
They're fart filtering underwear.
Oh my gosh.
See, this is funny.
Fart filtering underwear.
For $40, you can buy a pair of panties or boxers or something like that you wear under your.
Shreddies.
And they're called shreddies.
Shreddies. Fart filtering underwear.
What does that mean?
With Zorflex.
What is that? What does that? Don't even tell me. They actually have something in it to make the fart go away and smell better.
A carbon-based
Oh
cloth
my
filter.
God.
What? What?
It has been
Okay.
battle tested.
Shreddies are for the serious farters.
Yes, they are.
Okay. I
If you're
get
having
it.
spicy food.
Wow.
But honestly, though, this isn't surprising to me because I've heard of people, not even kidding, some friends of mine, when they knew they had bad gas and they had somewhere important to be, they would put dryer sheets in their underwear.
Oh
dryer sheets.
my gosh.
So that when they would fart, it wouldn't smell.
Oh, it would smell like
It smells like whatever.
like rain, like real rain,
Like lilac.
or mist. Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch farts lilac.
Oh, that is just too much.
So, these underwear really have been battle tested, and they're used.
Battle tested.
Yes,
I love this.
they're used in chemical warfare suits.
Oh my gosh. Shreddies. All right. I guess everybody needs to go online and get a pair of shreddies if they are going to have a serious.
You heard it first
fart attack.
on Trend Radio.
Yeah.
Anthony and Elise.
Yeah.
Fart filtering underwear.
Unbelievable.
Get yours today.
You know,
I love you, Anthony. You come up with such great stuff.
As
and you
dumb
don't
as it
tell me.
sounds,
Oh my.
it's good.
It's hysterical.
I honestly want to pick up a pair just in case. Let's say
I
you
just
have a
think
big
this
meeting.
is funny. This was funny. You were right. I'm
Farts
not.
are funny.
This particular. No. fart-proof underwear are funny. Not fart-proof, but shreddies. That's funny. Fart-filtering underwear? Really? That's hysterical.
If you're joining us just now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
We make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Tune in to us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we're Trend Radio.
We are Trend Radio.
We absolutely are. So, Anthony, is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
I eat a banana every morning.
So do I. I always have a banana for breakfast. In fact, there's my banana now.
That's right. And, something about what I noticed about Jewish girls, to get them to eat a banana, you got to grab them by the back of the head and kind of force it in their mouth.
Is that what you think of me?
Well,
is that what you think I need? You think I need somebody to grab me by the back of my head and force something in my mouth?
Well, I don't know about you. I'm just talking about some of the Jewish girls that I've dated over the years.
Well, you haven't dated every Jewish girl.
The bananas was not their favorite fruit.
Like I said, you haven't dated every Jewish girl. But here's the lovely part about bananas. Okay?
A lot of them, though.
Bananas have instant energy that's substantial and sustained. Did you know that?
That's because of all the sugars they have.
Yeah, but there's only 3 different kinds of sugars. There's sucrose, fructose, and glucose. But the levels keep you
calm and even all morning?
Yes, they do.
During radio shows?
No, I don't know about that. I'm never calm and even. Well, actually, I am even. But you know what's also really great? According to a recent survey in the magazine Mind, which is a really good, actually great publication, they help with depression. And that's because bananas contain tryptophan. And that's a type of protein that converts into serotonin. It's a
makes
natural.
You feel good.
Yeah, it's a natural mood elevator. Did you know that?
Yeah, tryptophan, I thought, actually relaxed you. That could have something to do with the mood elevation.
It's also in like turkey and just different things that can make you fall asleep.
I was going to say it's in turkey, makes you pass out after Thanksgiving.
Well, that's when you overdose on it, on everything. Yeah, but bananas, we're talking about bananas. They're great for PMS, and I know how you get at that monthly time, and that you need a little something.
That's why I always have a bowl of bananas in the back.
That's right.
For the stylists.
So you're saying I should be buying bananas and not chocolates?
Chocolate's
both.
good. Chocolate's good. We want chocolate.
Chocolate-covered
Give me
banana.
the chocolate.
Chocolate-covered bananas.
Yes.
And
I
that's
think
delicious.
we figured it out. Let's get some fondue.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate fondue with a banana. Sounds good to me. So, got low iron? Grab a banana. Bananas stimulate the production of hemoglobin.
And that's blood.
Yeah, I know how you like the blood.
I love the blood.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of blood pressure. Since they are so very high in potassium, but low in salt, it makes it the perfect food to beat blood pressure issues.
Wow. I didn't know that about bananas.
Yeah, and did you know, I have a really good one for you. The Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, just allowed the banana industry to make official claims that bananas reduce the risks of blood pressure and stroke.
Well, that's why my blood pressure has been so good and my brain power has been up. 2 bananas every morning.
Yeah,
in
that's
my
right.
shake.
You said a mouthful, literally. Yeah. Brain power, because this potassium-packed fruit assists with learning. There was a study done at the Twickenham School in England, and 200 students participated in this, and they had a banana with breakfast and lunch, and they all had positive results.
I think that's why our show is so good, and we always have something interesting to talk about because of all the bananas that we eat.
Because we learn well, and our minds are clear, and we have great brain power. Bane power, I just actually said, but I mean brain power. Anthony, I know you were really out late, drinking last night.
Yeah, that was me.
And I know you have a hangover right now. So here's a quick cure, okay, for your hangover. Make a banana milkshake with honey. Okay? The banana calms the stomach, and the honey helps with the depleted blood sugar levels. Did you know that?
I know it now.
Even if you just mash the banana with the honey, you're still getting the good hangover cure. Because I know I don't have a blender with me in my pocket right now, but I do have a fork. So I can help you. I can mash it for you.
I love like peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I'm going to mash the peanut butter and the honey and the banana, spread it on a piece of gluten-free bread, and
I'm I'm thinking that you don't even have to mash the banana. Cut the banana in like long slices, put it on, have your peanut butter on the bread already, and then drizzle the honey, and then just pick it up. You can even do it on a rice cake.
Wow. What about forgetting the bread at all? Just slicing that banana, drizzling the peanut butter and the honey on the banana.
You can't really drizzle peanut butter, but you know what you can drizzle? Tahini.
The tahini, just like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Only better.
Only better, exactly. No peanuts. So you drizzle, and I have the tahini right in the salon. It's in the refrigerator right behind me. You can just drizzle some of that tahini on top of the cut banana, put some honey, and okay,
That's
with the
my
honey.
new 10 o'clock snack, by the way.
I know. I've been seeing the little drops behind me. Okay, heartburn. If anybody has heartburn, bananas have a natural antacid effect in the body. So eating a banana is soothing relief. Did you know that?
I do now.
And you know, any pregnancy issues, Anthony? I'm going to let you.
I haven't had any pregnancy issues.
But if you do,
I've had a vasectomy.
Okay.
Although the gay guy who swore he was pregnant, he knew up and down, he swore he was pregnant. He says, I am pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm 3 months gone. I know it. I said to him, if you're pregnant, who's the father? He says, how am I supposed to know? I ain't got eyes behind my head.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, getting back to bananas and morning sickness, bananas help so much with nausea that it's amazing. So
the morning sickness.
Yeah. So when you have morning sickness, which could be in the afternoon and the evening, I don't know why they call it morning sickness, but I'm just saying it can be any time. Nausea happens when you're pregnant. Nausea sometimes just happens, but a banana has great nausea side effect. I mean, helping with nausea, but bananas are great for nausea. They're great.
You've said that 5 times. I got it.
Yes. You got it?
I mean, that's good to know because I didn't even know that. I've known a lot about bananas, but when I think nausea, I think, okay, maybe some ginger ale and some crackers.
Oh, yeah, but bananas are great. They're great. Yeah, if you're nervous, eat a banana. They're so high in B vitamins that they calm the nervous system. I know you're typically a very nervous guy, Anthony, so you need a banana
I'm
for
as
that.
cool as a cucumber.
Cucumber?
I'm thinking with me, I always have a strawberry banana smoothie. You know, to
bananas
relax.
are great.
And just bananas in smoothies in general.
Now, is it a banana or a banana?
Or a banana. I don't know about me. It's not healthy, but I like to have a banana with my sundae.
Yeah.
When I'm making some ice cream, just
Yeah.
throw a banana in there.
Yep. Excellent. I don't know if people realize this, but the peel of a banana will whiten your teeth.
Now,
So-
do you have to eat the peel, or are you just rubbing it on your teeth?
Rub it against your teeth,
Really?
and it cleans all those stains out of your teeth and whitens it up. Don't know how, but it does.
You know, I feel like I'm going to look like an idiot rubbing a banana peel on my teeth, but I'm going to do it next time.
It
I'm gonna
really
try
does work. It really works. You can rub the banana peel on anything.
Yeah, mosquito bite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, rub that bite.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the inside of the banana skin.
Yeah,
I will
it
scratch that
reduces
thing.
it reduces the swelling and irritation.
And it's also cool, especially I keep my bananas in the refrigerator because I like them cool, and that will help reduce that inflammation on that mosquito bite there.
So there was an amazing study at the Institute of Psychology, and this is in Austria. They found that pressure at work leads to gorging on comfort foods. Okay, which if you're stressed, sometimes you do gorge, and there's a lot of obese people because of stressful jobs. So this report also concluded that to avoid panic.
Like in a panic room, you eat a couple of bananas?
This report also concluded that to avoid panic-induced food cravings, you should eat every 2 hours. This will keep you steady and focused. So in that time period, eat a banana because bananas will help with that. It helps with your stress. It helps with everything. It helps with ulcers. Did you know that also? I mean, that's amazing.
How does it work on an ulcer?
It helps against intestinal disorders because of its soft texture and smoothness. It's actually the only raw fruit that gets creamy and coats the stomach.
Wow.
I know how you love
really.
your creamy
This is
things.
a wonder fruit.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's a superfruit.
There's so much stuff going on here.
It's also known as a cooling fruit that helps lower both physical and emotional temperatures. And in Thailand, expectant mothers eat bananas to ensure their babies are born with a cool temperature.
Those are
That's
cool
amazing.
babies.
Yeah. They really are a natural remedy for many ills. You know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Sure do.
We're changing the phrase.
Okay.
A banana a day keeps the doctor away.
4 times the protein, 3 times the phosphorus and twice the carbs.
And the list just goes on and on and on.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got dry and brittle? Squeeze a little protein pomade into that parched mane. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
Processed red meat.
I don't eat red meat.
At all?
Barely.
Okay.
Sometimes I take a little bite here and there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I mostly don't eat it.
What do you do for protein?
But you know that I don't. I go with fish, and I love nuts and eggs. Oh my God, you know I love eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But and you know sometimes I have a nice little protein shake.
Mm-hmm. Those are good. Yeah, I had one this morning
I love my protein shakes.
with the protein powder, and I just started adding something called nitric oxide.
I like. Oh yeah, that's great for you.
Yeah.
That's absolutely great for you. Great for your oxygen levels.
Mm-hmm.
But I like liquid protein.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's good.
Yeah,
And high, it's very high in protein, very low in fat. You know, take it straight, mix it in with your drinks. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, 60%.
Okay, 60% what?
Yep. That's the percentage your sperm count may increase if you replace 2 servings a week of processed red meat with fish.
And ladies out there, that's very important because we want our sperm counts to be quite high.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Exactly.
Seafoods, yeah. Seafood's high omega-3 content and absence of growth hormone may help your swimmers swim
Upward?
upwardly mobile.
Wow. Now that's very good information. But actually, it's not only to replace red meat with fish is not only good for your sperm count, gentlemen, and of course, ladies. It's also really good for your heart. And it's good for your arteries.
Circulation, your arteries.
Everything. It's just good for you. I mean, fish is just so, aside from being so delicious, it's just so good for you. It's good for every part of you. So that's a good thing to know.
Absolutely.
I think.
And I'm thinking, you know, as bad as red meat is, I just can't stop eating it. But fish is great. And I'm switching to it and I'm feeling healthier.
Oh, I
and
love
you
fish.
know, they have fish oil, the capsules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we take that. We
Eat fish.
supplement with that.
Mm-hmm.
I eat
And it's
fish all the
good.
time. I love salmon, tilapia.
You know, it's funny you mentioned tilapia. I was rummaging through the freezer actually 2 days ago, and I found some tilapia in there that had 3 pieces left, and I'm thinking, you know, I want to eat healthier, and I relatively do. So I decided, what can I do with this tilapia? I don't particularly care for tilapia.
Oh my God, I love it. You know what I like so much about it is that it's sort of like flounder in the fact that it's a simple white fish and it doesn't really have very much taste. So you really actually have to add to it, and it will pick up any taste that you put with it. And you can do so many wonderful things with it. I mean, I know I do.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you an Anthony Vincent recipe here today. This is a first.
Let's hear the recipe from Anthony Vincent for
All right.
tilapia.
What you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a seasoned iron skillet.
Okay.
And you're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there and a couple of pats of butter. You're going to get your tilapia. You're going to cut the bloodline out. So it's actually making little strips in the with the tilapia. And you're going to coat that tilapia with onion powder, garlic powder, and you're going to coat the rest of the fish with Montreal chicken seasoning. Now, the chicken seasoning and fish seasoning are interchangeable. And what you're going to do is you're going to heat up that skillet. You're going to get it nice and hot, and you have it both sides coated with that Montreal and garlic and onion powder, and you're going to drop it right into that combination of olive oil and butter. And you're going to blacken it. You're going to flip it over, and it's about 2 minutes on each side. And then you're going to put it over a spring mix salad with a couple of diced tomatoes and avocado. And let me tell you, that is one delicious piece of fish you're going to be eating there.
Well, it sounds really good. And
so
if you'd
hungry
like
now.
any more recipes, which we have plenty of them for tilapia, I know I do, just email us at trendradio920@gmail.com. I will send them to you.
And really, that recipe sounds great. Like Elise said, tilapia is a fish that absorbs all the flavor around it. And
It does.
in your recipe right there, you have so many different flavors.
It took 5 minutes to prepare that dish.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's fast and it's easy and delicious. And the benefits, I mean, aside from the health benefits, you men out there, it'll help your swimmers swim up.
On the lighter side, women who have 14 inches to work with.
That's light? You consider that to be light?
That's very light.
Really? Well, do tell what this means.
Well, 14 inches, that is the female hip width, correlated with a greater likelihood of agreeing to a one-night stand.
Oh.
So guys, carry your measuring tapes. And this is a study according to the Archives of Sexual Behavior. My favorite studies are of that of sexual behavior.
Yes, I know.
That just so happened to be pretty close to any magazine that you might pick up. So if you don't have your measuring tape, grab a magazine, open it up, and just hold it against her backside. And
Oh my God.
if her
You
hips are the width of that magazine,
absolutely
she may
awful.
be
You're
hot
awful.
to trot.
You're awful.
Excuse me, miss, do you mind if I hold this magazine up to you?
Yeah, I'm walking into a bar and, you know, you see these guys holding magazines and they have them opened and they're measuring girls. You know, oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, I guess Shakira was right when she said the hips don't lie.
No,
Absolutely
actually,
right about that.
she's right. The hips don't lie. Oh my God, Mr. Vincent. What will you come up with next?
I just love how they figured that out.
I don't know how they figure that out. I
It's
really
a
don't know.
study. It's a study, and Anthony finds studies. He's the study king.
I am the study king. But, you know, I missed a very important date. And it was September 14th. Now, September 14th, that is the birthday of the Star-Spangled Banner. It has been our national anthem since September 14th. It marks 200 years
And you know where
since
we're gonna-
Francis Scott Key penned it.
And you know what we did on September 14th?
Tell me what we did.
We took in that birth date, believe it or not, with Vicissitude magazine. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes. We had a great time at their event.
And they, yes,
That's
they're
what they were celebrating.
Also, that's wonderful.
Yeah, their anniversary and that.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Listen to us anytime, any place. Download the TuneIn Radio app to your smartphone or tablet and make 920 The Voice your favorite.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to talk about or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.